Hi friends, I'm Prairie Vintage. My name's Linda. I'm an energy intuitive reader here on YouTube, and I use spirits and my intuition, the tarot, to communicate energies to you guys, most amazing, beautiful viewers. Today's reading, we're looking at the new moon, and what energy does this new moon bring for you? Does it bring a challenge? Is it going to bring a blessing? What is this new moon bringing for you? Okay, so if at any point you feel called to any one of these three cards, I will put the timestamp in the description box and in the pinned comment below. It will take you directly to your pick, and we will be revealing these shortly. We'll pull a charm for each of these. Okay, I do ask you to use your own intuition, what you'll see, feel, or hear, to determine whether the pile resonates for you. Only you can do this. Okay, if you're drawn to multiple cards, absolutely fine. Multiple aspects of your current energy could be sitting in all three piles, maybe from a different person's perspective that you're dealing with, or the situation as a whole might have multiple layers to it. Okay, so don't limit yourself, but don't force any of the messages to fit. So, beautiful people, if you're new to this channel, welcome. I'm so glad you found me, and if you're returning, welcome. I'm so blessed to be here doing your reading. You guys are all very safe and welcome in this space with me today. Let's take a look at these three options, shall we? Option number 1, you guys have the stork, number 17. Option number 2, you guys have the coffin, number 8. Option number 3, you guys have the bouquet, option number 9. Option number 9, card number 9. Oh, long day. So option 1, your charm is this hawk, golden hawk. 2 birds here. Option number 2, you guys have this guardian angel. Option number 3, you guys have this coin, this golden pentacle. Alrighty, I'm going to move the box. Let you guys sit with this energy. Don't overthink. First card you're pulled to will most likely have the bulk of the energy that you're needing to hear. Okay, and I will see you guys at your pick. Hello, hello, beautiful angels. Pile number 1, you guys pick the stork, card number 17, and the golden hawk. I don't know why I keep saying the golden hawk. There's not many gold charms in that box. They're all predominantly silver, so we got some gold here, which could be a gold standard of sorts here. Now, hawks are very accurate when they're hunting. They have good precision, and they dive in for their food, so they have to have very good eyesight to know when to take action. And they fly very high, so it could be talking about ascension and maybe having a sense of precision or need to take action at the right time. Okay, the stork obviously is talking about delivery. Okay, sometimes a stork delivers good news, but storks deliver babies generally in fairy tales. So there is something being delivered potentially in way of a new sort of creation, maybe a new hobby, a new aspect of something, maybe something starting anew, or something's entering your life fairly new. But I feel like it could be, I feel like there's a need to take action on something that comes in very unexpectedly, potentially. Like, let's say if somebody offers you to go to a party or something, or asks you to join a course, or to respond to some sort of event, or a course, a session, some sort of invitation potentially. There's a need to act, or even if it's not a request per se, but an opportunity for you to join something, or yeah, like there's a short window of time. So let's say you're scrolling through online and you see, I don't know, like a deadline for enrolling in some sort of course or some sort of opportunity for something. You know, maybe it's something you've always sort of wanted, but I feel like it it requires you to take a quick action here. So let's see, what is this about? Now, I normally have cards pre-shuffled, okay, because that's generally how I do it. But for this reading, I'm going to shuffle them here, sort of on the recording. For those of you guys who prefer this process, you can certainly skip ahead, okay? There's not very many, but this will give you time to tap into your intuition with mine and see this process for those of you guys who are working on your intuition. So Spirit, clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile 1. With this new moon energy, we're looking at what is coming in or what energy is shifting here for beautiful pile number 1. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 1, Spirit. Thank you so much for this message. We're so blessed. And thank you so much, pile number 1, for being here and for allowing me to tap into your energy. I'm so grateful and so blessed. I'll reveal all these. And we have 2 more oracle packs. Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of beautiful pile 1. What is this new moon bringing in energetically? All right. So I do have 2 special cards in this deck that I know are in there. Okay, so we'll put the tarot over here for now. Let's take a look at your cards, shall we? Pile number 1. So we have 15 with the dragon. More wings. So wings. Wings are used for us to fly, soar, ascension, height. So I feel like there's an escalation here, something that could take you to the next level, but I feel is an opportunity. Okay, so the dragon, dragons breathe fire. 15 is the devil in the tarot. Capricorn energy. We have tranquility. A tree. Tree's all about stability. More trees. This is the tree deck. We have the first chakra, which is the root chakra. And here we see a spiral. Spirals can talk about cyclical behaviors or cyclical sort of growth where maybe it seems like we're not progressing or is very slow. And the devil can talk about feeling stuck. Dream travel, 52, or the number 7. And we have transformation. And we have patience, this fisherman. We have struggle. And we have new growth. And we have silence. And we have labyrinth, which is also showing the spiral. Now this one's square. And then there's these round spirals in the cloud. 23 or the number 5. And we have thoughts, number 16, or the number 7. And we have grounded. Where shall we put this? Let's slide this over. All right. And we have coffin. Interesting. If any of you guys were pulled to pile number 2, the card we got there was a coffin. Could be a tie. Thief, number 24, or the number 6. And we have 77 with the sword. 77 is a master number. Trust the fall. An adventure that arises from a deep wisdom. Trust of life and trust of self. Okay. And then we see the Ouroboros and the sort of truth pointing down. And we have disillusion. And we have child, which could talk about this new growth. With this new potential, this new opportunity we are feeling. Okay, let me sit here with this energy, okay, and see what is pulling through here for you guys. You can click straight away on the channeled message. Okay. pile one. I want to say buckle up is what I kind of want to say here, okay? Because I feel like things were difficult and very challenging, and you potentially were feeling kind of very stuck and very, I feel like it's an energy of almost like helplessness, you know? Like feeling very below your means potentially, almost like you know, you're worthy of more, you know, you could attain more, you know, that life has more to offer, and it just seemed like no matter what, you can't gain ground or make movement here. And so I feel like you've worked very, very, very diligently, but no matter how much you'd sort of work or do, it felt like things couldn't move and things were just very challenging and a struggle. So a lot of you guys, it's like water under the bridge, because I feel like maybe you've had a period here of void or pause, you know, like you're just glad to be out of the struggle, or you're just sort of reflecting and you're not quite sure what that was all worth or for or any of that stuff. You're just sort of maybe unsure, you know, if the challenge will come back or will persist or will remain. But Spirit is showing here with this new moon energy, there is a whole turn of events here, okay? And I feel like the turn of events is coming in very quickly, and you sort of get on this bandwagon, if you will. So I don't know what this new opportunity is, but it could just be a new opportunity to that you again, like, join something or go down a path here that requires you to make a commitment to it, but it shifts your whole energy here in a way that allows you to say goodbye to any of the challenge or the struggle you just experienced. Okay, so I feel like there is this new energy about you that feels very solid, and it feels very peaceful, and it feels empowered, and it also feels very different for you, because I feel like you've been struggling and challenging, or challenged, but I feel like you might question, you know, I feel some of you guys might be skeptical or questioning whether you need to take action or whether you should agree to whatever this is. We'll get the tarot to see more of what that is, okay? But really the message coming through here is the energy of this change, this energy of seeing a great truth here, which is more in line with, we have tranquility, so peace, with serenity, and it feels to me like something that is very different than what you're used to, like, because of what you have been experiencing, which I think has been a lot of struggle to get to where you've been. And I feel like you've shown a lot of patience here, but I feel like now that we have this energy that's showing up, we might be too much in the old energy to embrace or accept or to take action right away. So Spirit really wants you to know, take action in allowing yourself to make decisions, to trust yourself to make decisions despite how challenged in the past you might have been, so you can completely detach from any old energy that was holding you back here, because there's a rebirth happening here. And I feel like you're aligning yourself with the perfect sort of path to ascension and experiences here. But I feel like there has to be precise intention in taking action. Okay, so I feel like you might feel like you're starting from the bottom, is kind of how I feel. And I do feel you are. Like, obviously with new growth and this child, it's like, you know, if you take anything on, it's like you're an amateur learning from the bottom. Or if you're opening up a business, it's like, I don't know anything about this. Like, it's easy to get sort of skeptical or not know. Okay, but Spirit's really showing like there's a need to trust your own capabilities and experience, and don't sort of talk yourself out of it. Okay, just focus on releasing and detaching from anything that didn't work, and that the transformation will sort of happen organically here. And so I think there's going to be something coming in, something you see, an opportunity, a window of opportunity, okay, that will allow you to accept and take action, but you have to be the one to sort of seize the moment. Okay, and I feel like Spirit is really showing you are capable of this energy. But I feel like because you've been removed or detached for some time, I feel like maybe this, you're kind of questioning or hesitant, or there's some sort of reticence about agreeing or committing or signing on or jumping in 2 feet. So you might be looking at the challenge, like looking at all of the things that might go wrong or that might take too long, or but the Spirit saying not to allow that to sway you. Just release any of the things that have not yet been working in your world, which I feel a lot of you guys have already sort of parted with or detached from. Okay, but I feel like now we need to completely let go of the old phase that maybe we were in the void too long, or things weren't really working for us too long, or we were used to this pause period of reflection, you know, and so we might over contemplate what we're supposed to do. And Spirit is saying that this is something that intuitively you'll know is right for you, because I feel like it's been communicating to you through the dream state, through an intuitive knowing here, okay, for you to be able to take action. And so everything was sort of teed up here for this, but we could get lost in our own sort of thoughts of what might not work for us. Because I feel like our experience has been one of feeling very stuck or doing spirals or not getting anywhere, you know, and so we believe this to be our state, or that this is what we're needing to stay in or experience longer, or for whatever reason we're just, yeah, I think you're not expecting to have to make a decision here to take action, you know. Maybe you feel you're not prepared, but I feel like this is not true. And so by doing whatever this is, or agreeing or signing on or shifting into this energy, it will actually allow the transformation to shift here in a world where now you can plant roots and you can let go of anything here that it might have been, I don't know, like unsustainable here. Because I feel like with the sword of truth here pointing down, this thief, it's giving me 7 swords, and this disillusion, there's like a self-speak or an understanding we have that isn't aligned with the truth of what we're meant to be or do. And so we don't have to buy into this, okay? Maybe we told ourselves we're not ready or capable, or nothing's lining up, or it's not going to work. So let's ask Spirit. Spirit, what is this thing that we need to take action on, or what's presenting itself as a window of opportunity? Can we get some more, Spirit? Clear and concise message for pile 1, Hierophant. So we talked about the commitment, okay, but the Hierophants also could be about learning and schooling, you know, like I was really picking, like I said, a course, I don't know, but it doesn't have to be a formal school, okay, like, I don't know, something extracurricular, or taking on like a whole new, it could even be a spiritual practice of understanding, you know, but I feel like it's something that shifts your world in a way, because we've been in one energy. And I feel for a lot of you guys, the suffering and the heaviness is sort of, like I said, under wraps in some way, but now we're just sort of simmering or in the void space. And the void space isn't fun. The void space is like, well, what do I do? You know, like what was this all for? And I feel like maybe empty, or like detached or removed, or yeah, like it's unmotivating in some way. And so now it's like, I want to shift my world. I want to commit to a world here of something that I can value. Okay, so let's take a look. Hierophant is Taurus energy. Ace of Wands, something new. Something new that fires you up, that you're excited about. New beginning. So I have the Emperor in reverse. I feel like some of you guys don't want to take the risk, or don't know how to take this jump. You might not feel like you're empowered to do it, but the Spirit's saying like there's a need to take action when it presents itself. It's something that could be very abundant here, some form of learning, and it will open your mind to a new way of perceiving and yeah, it's a good opportunity. Here's that transformation. Okay, so in order for us to allow transformation, we have to release things that weigh us down. And I feel like the things that might weigh us down is the mindset or the energy of what we've experienced that we could still keep alive if we don't allow it to fall away or trust what's in front of us. Page of Swords in reverse. So this is a student, but we might be, you know, not of an open mind to explore this thing. Eight wands, but it's the scene of the 8 swords. So 8 swords is where we have a limiting mind here. And so with the shuffle tarot here, we have the 8 wands and the 8 swords. It's like turning the mindset or the limitation of the mind that keeps us in the prison, okay, the prison of the void. Because I feel like you guys are in some sort of void right now. You know, it's neither suffering or really challenged, but it could be very challenged because it feels very removed and very isolated. So the limiting mind, okay, but with the 8 wands, it's like to break out of that, to have movements, to allow there to be passion, to allow there to be a fire in your belly, you know, something worth pursuing or communicating about or moving. So this is the communication. This is also communication. Wands are about communication. So are we maybe going to seminars where there's a lot of communication maybe being delivered, allowing us to transform? We have divine masculine energy here. 4 pentacles. So really standing out is the 2 pentacles. This is a need to decide potentially, but feeling maybe like we're used to the world that we've been in, but I feel like she's not very happy here, you know. And this would be this Fool energy that I was feeling, or is like not wanting to take the risk, but what's the alternative? Feeling there, feeling bored, feeling the, I don't know, like feeling not complete, despondent. There's the Hermit. So you guys have an opportunity, I feel, here to do soul learning and soul growth, however it comes, whatever form it comes to you guys. Okay, and I feel like what Spirit's really showing with this new moon, there's a need for you to pay attention to where you're being pulled to and trust that this transformation is going to lead you to something that allows you more happiness. It allows more joy to come about. Like, I feel like this is talking about the passion, the desire, the excitement. The Sun's talking about enlightenment. The Hawk is talking about ascension. The Hierophant is like a deeper understanding or a commitment to something here. So I think this is a positive move towards your ascension, your spiritual growth, whatever this experience is. It allows you to understand yourself better. It's more in line with your truest form here. And the only thing that might be holding you back is some mind story or a lack of understanding that you might have one sort of understanding and lack the inner understanding of what this could mean for you. So you might be going back and forth and not sure if you should take the risk or if you're capable or talented enough, or I don't know, or maybe even have the money or the time or the resources to do this. And Spirit is showing that you're in a position to do this. We have to let go of any sort of reason why we couldn't. 2 swords. You know, we're not sure, so you might be sitting on the fence about it. And look at this. One hand's hanging on to the sword of truth, also pointing down. And there's like blood on the hand. So hands to me are about doership, taking action. So if we're sitting still or idle or sitting with an untruth, this is where we suffer. You know, like when we don't take action, I feel, when we're supporting an untruth with the 8 swords, something that keeps us still or not moving, not deciding. We're still in contemplation because of one understanding we might have that isn't true because we don't fully understand it. We're just seeing it in some way. and then we continue to sort of bleed or suffer here. And I feel like Spirit's saying there's a liberation here to shift your world, you know, shedding the snake skin here. But I don't know that I feel like you feel hesitant about this. Okay, so let's see. Why are you hesitant or reticent? I don't know what's, like I said, for all of you guys, that opportunity, you'll know, because I feel like there's going to be an instinct to pull towards it, but the mind might be at odds. Okay, so we're going to see what the challenge is here. Why are we feeling like we cannot take that risk or make that move or that decision? Spirit, clear and concise message here. Can we dive in a little deeper to this message for pile 1 with this new moon? Okay, so we see the moon, which is about fears. Okay, or not seeing clearly. So maybe this is like we see something and we attach a story to it that makes it appear in a certain way that creates a distortion, and it intensifies our fears. But if we knew of a greater truth, we'd see through it and we wouldn't be as fearful. So there's like fear stemming from something here. Wheel of Fortune, the High Priestess in reverse, which is not seeing something. And then we have the Lovers, the Destined Path. I see the Devil there, Capricorn energy, Devil energy we were feeling. There's the Devil. Yeah, Devil energy we're feeling. And there's the Hierophant in this Shuffle Tarot. So we saw the Hierophant card, and now we're seeing the Hierophant in the Devil. And we're seeing the Devil in the Lovers. And the Wheel of Fortune and the High Priestess, the Devil and the Lovers. Oh my goodness, this is some pretty crazy she's nitties. And the Moon. This is all major arcana. Okay, why is the Wheel of Fortune in reverse here, Spirit? What is this about? And look, oh my goodness, that one went flying. Look at the Death is sitting on top of this Wheel of Fortune. So Strength fell like this. I'm going to leave it like that. Okay, so Strength is Leo. More major arcana. So all major arcana. Let's pull one more. What is it the pile 1 needs to know? Okay, so we have the 7 Pentacles. This is the scene from the 7 Swords, which we were feeling from this. So, but it's 7 Pentacles. And here we have the King of Pentacles. Commitment, okay? The Hierophant's about commitment as well. So the Coffin here is talking about the release or the death of something. And we actually have the Death card here, or the Death card, the Death sitting on the Wheel of Fortune. So this is the universe flowing. Okay, this is things potentially stopped or not going in the direction we want. Could be that we need to release something in order for it to get moving. Okay, so fear. Let me sit here and see. So we're not seeing. Okay, so we're literally not seeing the opportunity in front of us. Okay, because if we're too concerned with what has happened or what has gone wrong, we have one understanding, one way of seeing something, okay, which was that 8 Swords energy we were tapping into. So that's limited, okay, and it comes from mind. Okay, it's an illusion, because the Devil is always an illusion, okay, but I feel like we're seeing an illusion that creates fear rather than a truth. And so we're not seeing that the path in front of us, which is a choice, an option for us, that opening I was talking about, we're too concerned with the Devil in our world. Okay, and so we might miss this opportunity altogether because we don't see that it could be an opportunity for luck. It could be an opportunity to get things moving. It could be divine intervention here to get us on a path to move us forward. So it would require us to lean into our courage to go internal, just like the Hermit, to ask ourselves whether what we're thinking and telling ourselves is based on truth or based on fear. Is it based on fact or is it based on experience and thought? Okay, is it just our perceived perception of something? Because it's experience of the past, because it has nothing to do with this new opportunity here, because there's an opportunity for commitment to something that could be quite solid. Okay, and I feel it is your dharma or your path here with the Lovers Okay, the Lovers talks about a choice to be made down a path that would bring us to our purpose or our preferred sort of career that would be intended for us, or our intended partner. That's the path for our future. But whatever this pathway is, or this opening, I feel like you literally don't see it, or you could deny that it's there, you know. And so we're needing to shatter the illusion we have in our mind, because this is the only reason why there could be a stall or a block here. I feel like we don't want to take a chance, or we're too fearful of what coulda, woulda, shoulda happened. Okay, so maybe we feel we don't want to invest, and so we would rather, I don't know, like stay in some sort of illusion here, you know. But the only thing we're doing is robbing from ourselves. And like, he's dropping pentacles here. Some of you guys were tapped into or pulled to pile 3. Now I'm feeling pile 3 as well, for those of you guys who are unsure. Knight of Wands in reverse. Yeah, like we'd rather run the other way or not pursue it, you know. And I don't think that's a good idea here. So I do want to get a little bit more here, because the new moon's presenting this opportunity. It's all in major arcana. So the universe is definitely putting this in front of you. So what's the guidance then for pile number 1, Spirit? What is the guidance? What are they being called to do here? I feel like there's a need to take action. There's divine timing that requires you to swoop in here, just like the stork. I'm going to take the Ace of Pentacles that revealed itself. And even like this dragon breathes fire is very precise, you know. It's, yeah, let's see. Okay, so Ace of Pentacles, what is the guidance? What is the advice? What is it that pile 1 is being encouraged to do here then? New beginning again. So we saw the Ace of Wands, and we're seeing the Ace of Pentacles. We have new growth. We have child. So this is all about a new manifestation. And we see 5 Wands in reverse, and that's the scene of the 5 Swords. So we have conflict in our mind. Maybe we don't want to compete. Maybe we don't go through all the trouble. It's too much trouble. So now see, that's moonlight. We're seeing the trouble that could be the potential trouble, or the conflict. And the Hierophant, that's the commitment. Do we feel like we have to do some sort of challenge or fight for something, so we'd rather just pull away or not compete, or the Star, we're losing hope? Aquarius energy. I feel it's hopeless or something. 5 Pentacles, yeah. And the King of Cups in reverse. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And we have the Squirrel of Cups. So this is special in this deck. So it looks like he's sitting in the lap of luxury here, and all these acorns could be talking about the length of time for something. And we have the 7 Wands, which is the 7 Pentacles scene, which we were seeing earlier in your 7 Swords scene, but it was 7 Pentacles. So this is an investment we make, but needing the fruit from it. I feel like your moonlight is about what could happen. So you're shoulding on yourself. Okay, should I do this? And I feel like your mental story of what won't happen or can't happen, or what you'd have to do, would be more than what it's worth. I think that understanding is inaccurate here, okay? I feel like we're speaking from a place maybe where we lost hope, or we no longer can see an outcome for ourselves coming true, and so we gave up, or we just don't see it as something, so we get discouraged. And this is where we're acting from. You know, I'm acting from this mindset because I've experienced blah. I'm acting from sort of this mindset, you know. And well, look at all these people. They're getting together. They're repairing something, you know, like we can just go ahead and start to move forward to repair something. He's sitting there saying, I'm not going to help. I'd rather sulk or stay here. I don't know, like this energy is not good. This is like victim mentality or feeling bad, you know, and this is like, it won't happen. This is like, why bother? Yeah, and just sort of shoving down what I could feel for it. Like I'll just suppress or deny my emotions or that I feel anything. And I'm not worthy of this. Like, this is beautiful energy. Who doesn't want to sit like this? So because of this energy, I won't get to enjoy this. So I just maybe tell myself I'm not worthy of dealing this, or I'll never get to this state of emotional happiness. But Spirit is saying, like, yes, but we have to plant the seed. Like, we have to take practical action. We have to take our hands of action and dive in the right time. So we have to be very aware of the opening. I think you're going to know what this opening is. I think it's been speaking to you already. We're just hesitant here, okay, because of the past and whatever didn't produce for us. And so we're using that energy to apply to a new situation, and we need to let it go. So let's see if we can answer any of your questions, because I still feel like I'm not quite sure, what I don't know, because again, this is a general reading, so there's many different ways, forms this could come, but the overall energy of how you're sitting with this opportunity is the challenge here, and maybe you're thinking like, oh, it's going to be too difficult to get to the finish line here. If I entertain this, or if I agree to this, or commit to this, or start this. But you're looking at it from a perspective of what won't work. Okay, so can we answer any questions here for pile number 1, Spirit, to wrap up? So we have the World in reverse, and we have the 9 Wands in reverse. Any questions? Pile 1 still has a final message, so we can add some clarity to this message. Okie dokie, 4 Swords. So we've been in a period of healing, reflecting. Here we see silence. This is like the reflecting, healing. Okay, but I feel like something that we want with this dream travel, and this is the scene of the 4 Wands, something that could be secure, something that could build to something, is brewing, okay, by the universe. But I feel like we need to absolutely have closure. Okay, this is the only way we're going to get to justice and closing out cycles in our world. Okay, so if things have been unjust, or things have been imbalanced, or things have been weird or wackadoodle, or I don't know, but whatever energy you're in, don't nurture it anymore. Okay, because this is the only way things will shift. So if you're defensive, if you're guarded, if you feel like the universe is against me, if you feel like I got to protect myself or guard myself, this will not be the energy to be in at all. Okay, so a new opening. Yeah, the Fool, we're hesitant to take the chance or the risk because we see it as a risk. Meanwhile, it's absolute abundance here with the Empress. Okay, this is the Empress. She's all abundant. And so at the energy of not wanting to take a risk, I don't know what the word is, where we're not wanting to take the risk, therefore we forfeit the blessing. We forfeit the abundance. We forfeit all wonderful things here, because I can't take this risk, and how we're showing the universe this is because I won't close out or let the cycle close, because I'm still talking about what was unfair, or what didn't happen, or what did happen that was unfair, or whatever this case may be. And then we miss the opportunity here for this beautiful Empress. So 2 Cups, and it is in reverse. So this is the 2 Pentacles scene. It's like we miss the opportunity to even choose, because we're unharmonious. We are not in balanced state. We experience turbulency, and this is what we remember or experience, so therefore we feel stuck or don't want to move or allow ourselves to move out of this rut. But remember, with the Wheel of Fortune, sometimes we're on the bottom end, sometimes we're on the top end. Okay, and I feel like the wheel wants to turn for the better here. So just like turbulency, sometimes we're up, sometimes we're down. I feel like this is on the upswing here, and the only one who can sort of get in the way is your own mindset and not wanting to allow yourself to move into this opportunity. Transformation, letting go, move towards the happiness here. Okay, the horse talking about freedom, it's about purity, it's also getting empowered. Okay, and look at the child. So it's our inner child will know exactly what will set us free here and what makes us happy. Not to the self that's experienced something here that's trying to protect or defend or hang on to. Yeah, look at 4 Cups scene. Okay, and this is also the 4 Wands, which is this scene, because this is the Shuffle Tarot. So lots of layers here. Sitting 4 Cups. Like, look at this energy. Okay, I feel this is your energy. You're sitting despondent. You're looking at what didn't work. You're rejecting the cup that's coming towards you. And Spirit's saying, look, there's an opportunity here for something that lay swans, new beginning, it's passion. And you're like, I'd rather sit here, you know, because you don't see this potentially, or you see it, but you're seeing something else. But this Four Wands can be the milestone, the pivotal point here to create the structure for the thing. It's your soul family coming together. It's union, it's stability, it's security. It builds to something, starting with this one wand. But we have to see it and we have to take action and we have to do it in the manner that it happens. Okay, so I just heard spring, which is weird because we're talking about the new moon, which is now, unless of course you're watching this at a different date, but maybe something you've been manifesting since spring. You know, spring is coming through here. So I don't know. I heard that. Let's see. I know this reading is getting very long here, but why is spring coming through? So we have Scorpio energy and we have Aquarius energy. Spirit, what's with spring? What is the... one needs to know more about this spring or anything else here that's pulling through. Final thoughts here with this one. What's with the spring? Fool in reverse. Aquarius energy. Chariot. So Chariot's Cancer energy. Oh my goodness. It's about balance and movement. Forward movement. Also two major arcanas here. So 10 swords in reverse. Okay. Okay, and 3 pentacles, 3 cups. Seen. So if you guys resonate with this, whatever this opening is, I feel like for a lot of you guys, okay, this could be something that's re-entering or a re-opportunity at something. Okay, and you got shot in the foot or fool me once, and now I'm hesitant. I don't want to take a chance. I don't see the abundance here. And Spirit's saying we needed balance in order for this thing to move forward. It wasn't over. It didn't end. But I feel like you got pained by this experience. You suffered pain, you know, but it might have closed out, but it didn't end because I feel like there wasn't closure with the world in reverse. Like you couldn't close that door fully because it wasn't time to close it because the universe wasn't finished yet with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. There was more here. That phase needs to end. The hurt self that experienced pain or betrayal or separation or whatever it was, the 7 swords, because I feel like there's a 7 swords of an untruth here that we experienced. Okay, and so now we're perpetuating an untruth by staying in moonlight. I was hurt, so therefore anything to do with any experience here is going to be more 7 swords or more pain or more, like that's just a projection. And because we've experienced some sort of pain. You know, now if it's not connected to that experience so much, it's in line with what we've already experienced. And so we're hesitant to fully jump in, and Spirit's showing it's safe. There's abundance here. We can have any sort of coming together here and trust that everyone we're working with is coming from sort of the same mindset, able to create here and manifest whatever it is to build whatever you need to build here. Okay, and I feel like this could be talking about reconciliation. We have the broken pentacles. Okay, but we see the 3 and then the 5 down here. So I feel like there was a period of being out in the cold with the 3 swords and the 5 pentacles. You know, and we actually saw the 5 pentacles in your spread. So we might have been sitting there for a while. So now we might not trust the people we dealt with, or that the situation is reliable in some way. But we could be holding this up. But the Spirit's saying it's balanced here. If we can come with a balanced mindset and integrate whatever challenge we had in order to show up in a way here that is balanced. The universe is bringing you towards success here. So if this is, you know, what we want, success, then let's not resist or hang on to whatever sort of pains we experienced in the past to talk us out of this, okay? So I hope this resonated for you, and I hope this made sense to you guys. Pile number 1 sounds pretty interesting. I'd like to know in the comments, and I will see you at the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, beautiful. Pile number 2, you guys picked the Coffin, card number 8, and here we have the Guardian Angel. So let's take a look at what this new moon is bringing energetically with it. Is it bringing blessings? Is it bringing challenge? What is it bringing or shifting for you? So coffin's about an ending. Okay, it's in order to make space for new, we generally have to release and part with anything old. So the coffin is certainly about the end of something, or the death of something, or the transformation of something. Okay, 8 is about strength, which is the courage for us to know when to move forward and when to sort of, I do feel one more, to hold ourselves back from something, but it's really about patience and grace. So the angel could certainly be talking about divine guidance and protection. Okay, so let's see. Now, normally I have these cards shuffled, but I wanted to do this sort of on the recording for those of you guys who enjoy this process. I do ask you use your own intuition, what you'll see, feel, or hear to determine whether the messaging is right for you. We'll ask Spirit for a clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of beautiful pile number 2, Spirit. So what is it that this new moon is bringing energetically with it for pile 2? What are they needing to know? One's not wanting to come out. I do feel there is potentially 2 more here. 3 more. Okay. So let's take a look at what we have. We have courtship, number 4. So these 2 look like they're dating. Could be partnership for you. 4 is all about home, family, roots, self-care, emotions. Also about foundation. Okay, 4 is Emperor energy. 4 is also death. So we have the coffin here. Scorpio energy. Trust. Okay. And we have 3rd chakra with solar plexus. This is our confidence, our will. Could be ego as well here in this solar plexus. So we have release, which we talked about. A need to let go of something. So it could transform. And here we have strength, which we also talked about with the card 8. So both these are showing up here. Okay, so repeat. Leo energy. And strength could be also ego again. So we have this swifter swallow, number 4. So 4s are showing up pretty consistently here. Like we said, it could be structure, foundation, stability, planning, emperor and death. Okay, and then we have the key, all about answers, solutions. 45, or the number 9. Okay, and we have the sword. This came out for pile number 1. And the sword of truth is pointing down. And card 77 is a master number. It's trusting the fall. An adventure that arises from deep wisdom, trust of life, and trust of self. Okay, and we have the rainbow bridge, 37, or the number 10. 10 is also about transformation and ends of cycles. Rainbow bridge. Okay, and then we have 70 with the spirits to guide you. We have the door and we have the key. Spirits to guide you, and we have the guardian angel, and we have guide. Wow, you guys, look at this. Is pointing in the direction. You guys are being guided. My goodness. Work. This gives me 8 pentacles energy. So the dedication or the commitment or the effort energy you're putting towards something, putting our butts in the seats to get something done here. Freedom. Look at this, you guys. Oh my gosh, you guys saw me shuffle, right? So I like doing this on video. Like look at this. Very similar. So swifts and swallows were used by the Navy to be set, you know, to see how close to land the sailors were. And so they'd know if they're coming to the end of a journey. Okay, so we also have root. And we have disillusion. This came out for pile 1. I did send pile 1 here. Okay, so if you guys were called to pile 1, you might want to go check that out. Only if you felt called or pulled. And here we have womb. Wow, because we had a lot of child and new beginnings for pile 1. And here we have womb, which is the beginning of something or the birth of something. So let me see what is going on here. This is very interesting. Okay. Don't get swayed by things that are not real here, okay? I feel like things are becoming very real here, but it almost seems very surreal because I feel like you're really, really being guided. Like, I can't even put this into words. And so when we're being guided, it's just surreal because things are falling into place and happening in such a way we can't explain. So all you're being asked to do is to be committed and dedicated to staying to tasks, okay? And the task, whatever it is you're doing, okay, whatever you understand to be in line with your desire, your outcome, do not get swayed. You're almost there. Okay, so this is like a confirmation, affirmation message. Trust that. Trust that your dedication, your commitment, your loyalty, your effort that you're putting into this thing is going to get you to where you want to get to. This is what is meant to sort of happen in order for you to get to that side. But we can easily get swayed in some untruth and start to get lost in the many different ways we could be seeing certain things. But that is letting the ego get in the way. And when the ego gets in the way, it doesn't allow there to be a safe place for this to culminate or to be cultivated. So for a lot of you guys, it could certainly be a relationship, but it could be like the stability or planning or the groundwork for something to come together here. Okay, now I feel like, yeah, this has been cultivating for some time here with this womb. Okay, so we were trying to cultivate like a relationship or like a family or like, I don't know, something here. Okay, but I feel like you're being groomed or prepared here for this shift. And so certain things have had to fall away and be released. And we've had to show courage. And we'd have to understand when we're being asked to move forward and take steps and do certain things and be confident in our ability to take action. And then know when we are allowing spirit to sort of take action and that we don't need to press forward, okay? But it could be very challenging when we don't see how much further we got to go or trust that we're getting anywhere. And then this is where the ego can come in and start to talk us out of whatever we're doing. So I feel like we need to stay grounded in our approach. Okay, I feel like we need to stay committed, grounded, dedicated, and understand that sometimes we don't understand why we're being pushed or pulled in certain ways, but to trust that, and not to second guess ourselves, because we could start to second guess, especially if we've been on this for quite some time and we're not seeing something. So really it's all about trusting where you're being guided to here. Okay, so let's get some more here. Okay, let's ask Spirit, clear and concise message for pile 2. What is this message about here for pile 2? What are they needing to know in regards to this new moon and this message? Oh my goodness, you guys saw that flying. So Page of Cups. So Page of Cups is the early stages of opening heart space. Okay, is this could be child energy. It's early creative energy. My creative pursue, or it's also my apology card here. Let's see, the Fool. So we have the High Priestess here in the depiction of the Fool, Aquarius energy. And we have the Hierophant. So we have Taurus energy in the reverse. Okay, why is this Page of Cups here, Spirit? Why is this Page of Cups? And we have the King of Cups. Oh my goodness. So yeah, it's like early stages to completion. Start as a page, graduates to a knight, to a queen, to the King of Cups here. So there's like a graduation here of maturity and emotions, or seeing something in through maturity. And this is why this Swifter Swallows here. And we have the Four Pentacles in reverse. That's the release. And the Fool's certainly a release, because it's taking a risk or a jump or a leap of faith into the unknown and trusting. We have the Star. Okay, and then we have the Four of Swords, and under that we have the Moon, Cancer, Pisces. Interesting. So I don't know if you're dealing with someone in pile 1, okay? Maybe you're dealing with someone in pile 1 who feels hopeless in some way. I don't know. I am feeling two energies here. If somebody owed you an apology, it could be if you're in a relationship here, maybe potentially here. Okay, I don't know, but I feel like there's two energies I'm feeling here, and I do feel your energies coming through with this Fool. Okay, unless of course your reading is flipped. But I feel like for this pile that I'm reading is pulling through as this Empress Fool energy, which is saying to trust the abundance here. Okay, to trust, because I feel things are shifting here for you. Things that might have started very young and very early are now sort of graduating and coming to mature state here. I feel like there's lots of love. Okay, and if it's, like I said, a creative pursuit, it's finally taking roots. If it's a relationship, it's taking roots, or it's getting grounded or stable here. Okay, something that maybe we wanted some form of commitment or some long-term understanding or some stability in, or some sort of I don't know, something we could commit to for the sake of devotion or dedication or shifting our world. I feel like it's a wish of ours, you know, and maybe we had to wait for some time here. Look, the Hermit is sort of just waiting here, bathing here. Maybe something you intuitively knew, but just waited. It didn't happen or hasn't happened yet. So we've been maybe reflecting or healing, you know, but there's been a shakeup here with the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Something's been released. Okay, and so I feel like our messaging here is to trust the fall, to trust what's happening, not to get discouraged. This transition is happening, leading us to this North Star. And so we can get out of any sort of state that we might have been in, which is potentially not seeing the end. You know, that's why we have the two Swifts here. It's like, I can't see where this is leading me to, or there's a lot of confusion here. I could start getting in my own fear about not seeing the end, or that because it hasn't been solidified or confirmed here, I could start to feed into that thought, and it can mushroom into something else. So it's saying remain sort of calm here. Did I read this as 4 swords? Oh my goodness, this is the 6 swords. 6 swords, you guys. So in the scene of the 6 wands. 6 wands is victory. Okay, and that is sometimes I read as ego, which was pulling through your cards. And I only read that as our own mind story can talk us out of something, out of the victory. But the 6 swords is coming out of a difficult time into calmer waters, very slowly. 6 swords is slow moving energy. So I feel like something's shifting, something's breaking free here, something that maybe was unpleasant and took a very long time. You know, we could be dealing with someone who is very immature. It might have been slowly, I don't know, tapping into their emotions here, or being able to feel deep emotions and get from point A to point Z, you know. But I feel like, I don't know, there's an energy coming here from you about this beautiful Empress, like unconditional love, being abundant, showing love, being enlightened, trusting the universe, and remaining on this path, you know, seeing the North Star. So I feel like we might not see the final commitment, or we desire to see something solid. We don't see it or haven't seen it. Is saying remain with your vision of what you intuitively and what you know to be true inside of you of what it is that you want in order to gain victory. You're on this path. You're moving towards this. Okay, don't get swayed into the fears. So something's getting rooted. I do feel we want to take a deeper dive into this reverse Hierophant. What's with this reverse Hierophant, spirits? Because I feel like this Hermit is like chill. You know, he's still chill here, even though something seems to not have been solidified. So what's with this reverse Hierophant, spirit? Can we get a little bit more for pile 2? What is this message of the new moon? For pile 2, what are they needing to know? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile 2. So we have the 7 wands in reverse. And we have the 9 pentacles in reverse. That's the scene of the 9 swords. And we have the 10 pentacles in reverse. Okay. That fell right into place. So we have the 5 cups. And we have the Fool card again with the Empress, Aquarius, and Taurus energy. We have the Knight of Wands and the Ace of Cups. Okay. And the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Wands, which is Aries, Leo, Sag. Under that, we have the Two of Wands from the scene of the Two of Cups in reverse. Okay. So, let me sit here with this energy. Okay. Pile number 2. So, I feel like something has been like a battle taking very, 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 very long time. We're going to beat to shit, and I feel like what we wanted, because I asked for what the Hierophant in reverse is some form of something solid, you know, like something we could commit to. In the Pentacle realm here, we have the 10 Pentacles and the 9 Pentacles in reverse. So I feel like we couldn't formalize something or rely on something, you know, to build to something here. It's been a lot of anxiety around this. It's been a long history. We've been beat to crap, I feel here, okay? But I feel like potentially we had to sit through this anxiety while things shifted, because I feel like there might have been a huge release of energy, okay? And the release of energy in your situation has been something that's been drawn out, and it's taking quite some time. But I feel like if it seemed like it was over, the opportunity here, it hasn't quite ended. Okay, there's still an opportunity here to attain whatever it is that you're wanting. In order for you to attain this, there has to be an energy of not giving up, but not being defensive, you know, not fighting against what it is that you want. So let's say, for example, I wanted it to work out for the long term. Well, are we now fighting against anything that's bringing this to fruition for the long term? Or are we rowing in this right direction? Because something is coming into fruition, I feel, here for you, and it requires you to be completely open and not in an energy of mourning what didn't work in the past. Okay, but I feel like you were sad because something didn't work. You might have gave up on it, or it might have ended at one point, or you thought it was over, or whatever. There's a lot of anxiety around it, but now it's re-entering in some way here, okay? And I think it's entering very quickly, because I think there's a new beginning here, a new beginning for love, partnership, or an opportunity for you to retry. So there's a need to be excited about this, to know that there is a future, to have an aim of a future here, to know that you can reach something, and not to lose hope or to fall back on what it was we experienced when something didn't manifest, or the anxiety that's led to something that wasn't great. It's like, I'm going to lean into my confidence and my vision that something can manifest here, because I am picturing that star, which is my wish and my hope, and I trust that this is going to manifest for me as long as I stay in this beautiful King of Wands energy, seeing the vision, having confidence it can happen. Okay, so I feel for a lot of you guys, potentially there was an opportunity that was missed or didn't happen, or we couldn't go down a path that was potentially blocked at one point in time. And like I said, it could be in a relationship, a partnership, getting something off the ground, it was blocked. Okay, but now it's like it's re-entering in some way here, and because it didn't fully end, you know, but it couldn't come together or wasn't working. So this is what's shifting for you guys. But I see a beautiful new beginning, and I see an energy here coming in very quickly, this Knight of Wands. So if somebody sort of has been, I don't know, maybe not showing up or didn't show interest, it's like, here's a lot of interest coming in. Okay, in order to express self, or to offer a cup of love, to show love, to start a new beginning. So let's pull one more sort of layer here and get clarity around what this could be. Spirit, thank you so much for this message for pile number 2. Any questions they might still have in regards to this situation? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of beautiful pile 2. What is this message about? Let's do that one more time. Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 2. What more is this message about? What do they need to know about this new moon, this energy, and the situation? Can we dive in a little deeper? Any questions they might still have? And we have the Squirrel of Wands, and special in this deck. Okay, so they're looking in the distance. We see that Ace of Cups again. Something's taking very long with this acorn. So we have to be able to know when there's an opportunity on the table, okay? And if something's taken very long, it might have seemed like it was out of the picture, but I feel like there's a need to trust, okay? Especially if we're talking about something that we connected to here, because I feel like there was either a lot of love or... So here we have the 8 swords in reverse. So we can get into that ego mind speak. Like I said, it's saying don't get into the ego mind speak. This is never going to happen, or start to fall back in old ways. Okay, there's the Empress in reverse. So Empress in reverse could certainly mean that we are blocking the love. We're not seeing the abundance if we get into the mind speak. Okay, and look, this is the Hangman. So the Hangman's all about the perspective. So like I said, if we could see different ways. If we start seeing different ways, of course we could be right about any way we see it, because perception's always right. So if I start having a perception that something isn't good, it's not going to be good. So we got to check ourselves before we wreck ourselves with our thoughts or move towards a direction we don't want. 6 of Pentacles. So this is having balance. This is being able to give and receive in flow state. Okay, 6 of Cups seen is about soulmates, reconciliation. And we have the 4 swords, and this is the 4 wands seen. So we might have had time apart, time to reflect, time to think. And if too much time goes where we're thinking, we could start to be our worst enemy and get an 8 swords. Why it didn't happen, whatever, why we need to be blocked, whatever the story is here. So this is saying we could build something solid. We come into union with the 4 wands seen. Okay, just because maybe it took time, took a long time, or we had to reflect, or maybe we were, I don't know, on our own, sort of sitting here waiting. Page of Wands in reverse. So this is a new beginning, and this is also communication. It's the page that likes to explore. There's something here blocked. So are we open to explore, or are we limited by a mind story that doesn't allow there to be an exploration here? And then the Star in reverse, Aquarius energy. So, and what's at the bottom here? The Sun with the Emperor. Okay, so the Sun and the Emperor both can talk about ego. 2 in 1, a twofer. Let's shine the lights on any area where we might have the ego getting in the way of our joy and our happiness. Okay, so if the ego gets in the way of our joy and our happiness, it's going to dictate our actions. And so our actions as the Emperor need to come from a place that isn't limited by past pains, past hurts, past perceptions. Okay, so if we're in our solar plexus, we're in ego energy, but the ego here is sometimes driven by things here that aren't necessarily true, and we can get results that don't necessarily line up with what we want. Okay, so if we're taking action, we have to shine the light of awareness and say, is this action based in line with what it is that I want for the long term? And if it is, I have to allow the universe to sort of take the wheel here, and I'm only going to take action when I know that it's in line with, not forced action, when it's not in line with my way of seeing things that are very limited in scope, or limited with what I can do and can't do. If it's going to be something here that is potentially not allowing there to be a flow of give and take, or letting me explore something new because maybe I don't want to take a risk or a chance, or something took too long. Like, I feel like there's a mind story here that can completely spiral or mushroom out of control. Okay, which could compromise our long-term vision and our hopes. So the first round was you just chilling. And I think Spirit's saying, hey, chill, and allow things to fall where they need to fall. Don't get in your own way. Don't get into mindsets that keep you stuck. Don't start falling back into egoic ways, needing to be in control. Okay, because this is all the reverse Hangman energy, which is doing things maybe how we always did, or having thoughts that we might have had in the past. Okay, which blocks the flow of love. So we need to allow the love to flow here. Unconditional love with the Empress. Then we get the abundance. Then we get our wish. Then we get our hope. Then we could build the stability I think you really want here. You know, you can really experience this. So this is what you're being guided to do. And this is with this new moon. All right, I hope this helped you. Beautiful pile number 2. The signs we have: Leo, Aries, Pisces, Taurus, Aquarius. Yeah, that's what we have. I'll see you at the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, hello, gorgeous angels. Pile number 3. You guys picked the bouquet, number 9, and the pentacle or the coin, gold coin. We're looking at the new moon energy and what sort of shift is coming in with this new moon. Is it going to be a blessing? Is it going to be a challenge? What sort of energy is coming in? So bouquet is all about a gift or being shown appreciation by another or by a group of people or a situation that appreciates us, okay? And this coin could certainly be an Ace of Pentacles, which is all about a new beginning or a manifestation. You know, the seed planting for an opportunity that presents itself. So 9's Hermit energy. And 9 is all about fruition, completion, and fulfillment. Okay, so let's take a look. Actually, I don't know why I grabbed the tarot. Let's pull your oracle cards, and today I'm doing a little different. We're going to pull them sort of on film here, so you guys can watch this process. You can skip ahead if you want, but for those of you guys wanting to tap into your intuition, you can use this time to use your intuition to tap into mine, okay, which you'll see, feel, or hear to determine whether this messaging is right for you. Only you can do this. So we'll ask Spirit for a clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of beautiful pile number 3, Spirit. What is this new moon energy bringing with it for pile 3? What are they needing to know right here, right now? I do feel one more of these for pile number 3, spirits. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 3. Thank you so much, pile 3, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed to be here doing your reading today. And last pack. I feel one more from the base. Oh, we got 3 more. Okay. Lots of cards. Let's take a look. So we have patience. This came out, and so did this for pile 1. So if you guys were called to pile 1, that would probably be why. And I also encourage pile 1 to come over here. So it could be a tie for sure. Patience, child. And this could be innocence, a new beginning, fertility. And we have expand. Look at that beautiful card of expansion. And we have left out with the wolves, 35, or the number 8. Okay, and then we have stay back, number 29, or the number 11. And we have 24, the gallery of those who came before. And we have inspiration. Oh my goodness. 57 with twin. Okay, and we have under a spell, number 50. And we have 4th chakra with the heart center. Wow. And we have flourish. 11, sun and wealth. So now you got 2 11s. Where was the other 11? Right here. So 11, 11. So 11, 11 could be talking about a twin flame journey for me, okay? 11 is a master number, talking about divine inspiration, synchronicities, and the encouragement to keep going. Sun and wealth. We have another child here. Okay, well, it's a doll, but it's giving me child, inner child, youth, and another 11. Lots of 11s. Oh my goodness. Okay. So we have 33. 33 is a master number. It's all about reproduction. So child. It's also about creativity, humor, Christ consciousness, joy, and it's also about harmony. Here we have the scales of justice, which would be talking about balance and harmony. Libra energy. It looks out of balance here. Okay. And here we have love. Oh my goodness. And here we have desire. Yush. Okay. This message isn't for everybody, and I try to do a good blend of readings on my channel. I know some of you guys don't like love readings, and some of you guys only come here for your love readings. So I don't know. I don't make other rules. I just do whatever I'm being called to do. And I feel like this is a love reading. I do. But let me sit here with this energy, okay? You can skip on the timestamp to take you to where you need to go. Okay. This is a very clear message. I feel this is very specific too. Okay? You guys might not call whatever journey you're on a twin flame journey. I call it this because it's like a signpost here that allows us to know what sort of connection we're talking about. This isn't a typical connection with someone. Not at all. Okay, those of you guys who know have been on a twin flame journey know it's not typical. Nothing ordinary about it at all. Okay, out of this world. Completely upside down. We're on some sort of journey here, soul journey. I'm going to call it twin flame journey. I'm going to call it this because it's my channel. So I can label it all I want. Although I don't believe in labels and we shouldn't identify with anything at all. Okay, but this journey that you're on is one that is on course here, okay? But it's challenging, as we know. If it's not challenging, most likely not a twin flame label or a twin flame journey. Okay, so what's happening here? I feel like there might have been a lull or a difficulty or something here that's been very challenging. We've had to show a lot of patience. Okay, and I think there's been points in this connection that have been very, very low. I feel left out in the wolves because we're in separation. We got betrayed, or we feel betrayed by our partner, or left out, or just we feel like we have to do it alone. Maybe it wasn't our partner, but we just felt like nobody could help us. We feel vulnerable and exposed, and we've had to really tap into certain parts of our own intuition and trust the universe. So we feel betrayed by the universe, betrayed by our partner, betrayed by the experience. And sometimes we just feel completely unequipped, and we feel like this cat that's surrounded by all these wolves in our experience here, okay? So we had to learn to trust. But I feel like maybe for some point in time, we might have been very defensive, okay, which is absolutely normal. When we're defensive, we might be doing a lot of healing and a lot of shedding. You know, we might be repeating a lot of cycles, okay? And all these cycles and all of these boundaries and all of these resistances have kept things stuck and kept things in spiral, okay? We kept it stuck. We're not moving. Our defensiveness kept it stuck. Whatever we were doing energetically was keeping it stuck, okay? It was keeping it stuck. And what we needed to do was heal lots of parts of self. But when we felt like we were rejected and so we were mirroring it back, or when we felt like we had to put a boundary in order to give us some space, or whatever we were doing here was not allowing it to progress either which way, whether it was warranted or not warranted. I don't know. Okay, but all I know is that there is an energy here of us having to go through whatever we went through without hanging on to past stories, without identifying with parts of self here that we might have thought we had to be, who we thought we were, what we thought this was, what we thought this would turn into be, how we had to engage, or why we were engaging the way we were engaging, or whether we had to do something in a certain way. I feel has been very much the stall here. We've had to overcome this. I feel like on top of all this, we've been dealing with a pull to our twin, or feeling very much like we couldn't see straight. You know, this energy is overwhelming at times. The love is overwhelming at times. And we've been just completely in some sort of state of trance here. You know, it's been very challenging, and in a lot of cases shifted our world completely upside down. Out of balance. Out of whack. What's going on here? So I feel like for this pile, you have gone through all of this. What's happening here? I think things are beginning to flourish. Okay, I think things here are now coming into this heart space. So this might mean you're not predominantly in the heart place, meaning we still sometimes fall back into ego. We still sometimes fall back into thought pattern, but the consciousness is now expanding into this heart space, because we can now feel when we're in heart, and we can now feel when we're in ego, and when we're in pause and trauma and resistance. Okay, when we're feeling any sort of contraction, negativity, sadness, separation, fear, jealousy, whatever the thingy is here that doesn't feel good, it's never from heart. It's always from ego, always from past, always from pain, always from trauma. And so we're recognizing this. We're being reborn as our purest self. The inner child is now visible to us, who we are, but we still don't know like who this child will become. So our only job here is to grow this child, to allow it a safe place for it to flourish and for it to become the child that is meant to ascend and grow to its beautiful energy. It's going to take some patience on your end, especially if we're not 100% in the heart chakra, okay? And if we say we're 100% in the heart chakra, then we don't know what heart chakra means, okay? Because this is very difficult. So unless we're a fourth density being, constantly in this heart place, being of service, completely doing things selflessly, never thinking of what is in it for me. If we're constantly in this heart space, okay, giving of love and being completely this open sort of conduit of energy, then we're not always in heart space. We fall back into the egoic programming. You know, this person hurt me. I was hurt by what they said or what they did or didn't do, or I felt alone, or I felt separate. I felt separate from the universe, separate from my person. Okay, that's separation consciousness, ego consciousness. We're now going to heart consciousness, which is true love, okay, which is allowing us to heal. And so we're no longer sort of blinded by the desire, which is one way to love, one way to sort of be navigating, which could lead us down the path of pain. Or we can lean into the love of the heart space, which is allowing ourselves to restore balance here. Okay, balance in a connection or partnership with someone. But I feel like whatever's happening here is I feel we're aligning ourselves with this connection or this partnership to flourish. Okay, and it is, I feel, the seed for the hope or the manifestation for the future, for something tangible to be like grown here. Like an Ace of Pentacles is something formally tangible here, okay, like in the pentacle realm, in the 3D realm. And look at all these pentacles coming out of this machine, okay, like one pentacle is going to turn to many pentacles in the 3D realm. So if you were living in the 5D, if everything was energetic, if everything was sort of up in the air and we weren't sure, now we're going into this 3D realm. So things might still be chaotic. Things might still be upside down. Things might still not be clear. Okay, but one thing we know for sure is we now identify that when it starts to go chaotic and whatever is because we're an ego. And we know that we now planted the seed in the 3D and that it will grow, but seeds need nurturing. Seeds need us to give to it. If we just let this baby be, it's going to die. You know, we got to feed it. We got to clothe it. We got to protect it. Okay, we got to play with it. We have to be there for it. This is how it grows and expands. So you're growing your consciousness, expanding your consciousness. Okay, and I feel like your energy is definitely an inspiration to everyone and everything around it. Because when we're in a greater awareness of ourselves, higher levels of consciousness, awakened beings, we're now contagious and we now give off a certain vibration of energy that awakens other people. Okay, kind of like a domino effect here. So if we know what unconditional love is and we're living from this heart space, this green ray, okay, where unconditional love is housed, and this is what we show, okay, we show up in this energy, then this is what is contagious. This is what is seen. This is what is felt. If we fall back into egoic ways because we're hurt or because we experience something that the ego is telling us differently, and we can start to believe it and start to sort of act in the lower chakras. And we don't need to act in the lower chakras. We need to remain here as best we can. So we keep asking ourselves, what would the heart do? You know, my only purpose here is to be of service and love. Is this loving in this moment to behave and do what I'm doing? Okay, so this new moon is bringing in an opportunity for you to ground and manifest in the 3D your energetic connection here with someone that I feel has been very challenging, and you've shown a lot of patience, and you're having to work on remaining in your heart space, remaining in this energy. And your only question, like I said, in every moment is, what is the most loving thing to do right now? What is love asking me to do? What is love showing me? Okay, not how can I be defensive, protective, or what's the pain here? Okay, if we're looking at that, which is equally valid, but then we're perpetuating egoic programming out of traumas and pain. So this is going to take reprogramming our mind to work with our heart. We bring our mind into the heart. So we're using the heart to make these actions, okay? And we have buy-in from the mind because it's coming from a loving place. But once the mind starts to convince us that this is better, we start to experience the suffering and the pain. So which do we want to experience? Okay, which do we want? And we'll see quickly when we're in the heart, we start to experience a lot of loving things coming to us. So Hierophant, I don't read bottom of the deck reverse, and we have 3 cups in the scene of the 3 swords. What does this mean? Commitment and heartbreak. Okay, so I think we were heartbroken over maybe something not coming to fruition here with this Hierophant, you know, like I can't commit to something that doesn't exist. Something's broken my heart. I feel like there's a reconciliation or someone wanting to offer you a reconciliation, okay, but we experience heartache or heartbreak or separation or pain, but it also cascaded us looking at our heart space and having to heal and remove 3 swords from our heart because our inner child might have needed tending to, or pain from the past that was bubbling up, because I feel like this only happens when we have pain from the past. Okay, and this is why our soulmates or twins and people in our world, relationships in general, mirror back to us what's going on the inside so that we can look at it. Twins specifically trigger trauma responses here so that we can look at it. So whatever this person held up a mirror for you to look at, some pain that was going on inside your heart, so it was needing to be healed. Okay, there's the devil, it's in reverse, so we're letting go of devilly ways, and the devilly ways is unhealthy ways of me thinking, being, behaving. Okay, it's also obsession, so we could have been very much in this obsessive energy, which is very typical in twin flame connections. I can't think, I can't eat, I can't sleep, I can't do anything at all for, you know, however long, 5 years, 10 years, 6 months, however long you've been on this journey. It's intense. Okay, but only you know how fast or how slow you're moving, and it's really your own sort of ability to learn and grow and expand and shift your consciousness that's going to allow you to move out of this, get out of devil energy. So here we see the Hierophant again, okay, about commitment and a way of life. So we might have had to drop everything we knew about a way of life, how we were living, the traditions we held, the social beliefs, the dogmas. That was what we needed to release. Okay, my old self, my old life, my old way of being. We've been in the process of releasing this. It's very difficult to do. Very difficult. And because the mind wants to tell us that this is right, the right thing to do, the ethical thing to do, the moral thing to do, the thing that everyone would do. And then we realize that this is just conditioning and beliefs. That's the only right thing to do, is to look at every moment in the present moment and ask the heart, what is the right thing to do from the heart space? What is the most loving thing to do? That's the only answer. Okay, so this is what we're learning. There's the Fool, Empress in reverse. So this is Aquarius energy, Taurus energy. So we were learning about unconditional love and taking a risk without feeling like, oh, I'm going to get hurt if I give love, and if I'm open, if I open my heart space and it's not reciprocated, and what's in it for me, and and all of this stuff, because we want special love, you know, special love, which is fear-based love. I attach to someone, I need something from someone, I expect something from someone. When we're in that energy, it is not about love at all. It's about, you know, a conditioned belief we have. So this is saying, jump with 2 feet towards the heart space of unconditional love. That's the only way we're going to ascend, expand our consciousness, and free us from devilly ways. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So this connection got stuck. The universe couldn't have us move forward until we were using our free will to say, I am ready to jump, I'm ready to love unconditionally, I'm ready to open my heart space. But as long as I fear it, as long as I'm an ego, the universe stays closed and not moving. Here's the 2 swords in reverse. And then there's like a bloody hand here. This was in pile 1, I believe. Here's the 7 wands in reverse. And the World. What was under that again? Oh yeah, the 3 of cups. So you're closing out a major cycle here, okay? Look, we see the justice here, and the scales of justice were on the, where was it? Right here. So things have been imbalanced for a reason in this connection, okay? And then you might say, well, they weren't really just. But just based on what? Based on our conditioning and our beliefs? Because there is no such thing as just, okay? There isn't really no such thing as just. There is things happening in the universe. That's it, okay? Things happening. Things being. Isness is happening, Okay, so all we need to know about here is, how do I find balance in self? And so when we lean into the heart, we trust the heart, we trust the divine, we trust the path, we find balance, we allow the wheel to turn, and fate and destiny and everything that's supposed to happen happens as it should. Let the universe and God deal with any injustice. Okay, you're not made to deal with any injustice. All you're made to do is trust the universe and the flow. How do you do that? Open the heart space. Okay, so we're closing out a major cycle here where we kept falling back into egos. And so I feel like there is a commitment that can form here once we allow the universe to spin, once we close out anything we need to hear, once we drop our defenses, once we understand that we're not sort of at the mercy here of other people or other things. We find the balance we need to find here. Okay, we don't want to sit there and suffer. So I feel like you're detaching from devilly ways in order for there to be a closing of a cycle, in order for you to find some level of commitment here. And I also feel like this is transpired here because I feel like someone wants to come in with a appreciation or a gift or reconciliation. Okay, this partner, this twin, this person. So let's see, Spirit, what is it that pile 3 needs to know then about this journey or this new moon energy? So we have 7 swords in reverse, which is the scene of the 7 cups. We have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, and we have 6 cups in reverse. We have the Page of Cups in reverse. We have the 10 Wands in reverse. We have the 9 Swords in reverse. 2 Cups, 3 Wands, Temperance in reverse, and the Moon. Sagittarius, Cancer, Pisces, and here we have 5 Pentacles, and under that we have the Fool again in reverse. Aquarius, Taurus energy. Okay. So a lot of us still might be in the energy of not knowing what unconditional love is because we're still in the ego space, okay? But we're shifting out of this into expanding our consciousness, okay? To exactly what I'm talking about. You'll know what I'm talking about. You can see this now. We might still not be in the heart space, but we see it now. We're healing. We know that we were blocking. We know that we were stuck. We know that we felt victim because we were allowing the victim, keeping the victim mentality alive. We don't have to be in 5 Pentacles. I think we're putting ourselves back together again. Okay, we don't have to sit here like this energy. Okay, so I feel like, and if someone you were dealing with was not cooperating or working with you, it's okay. Because I feel like this energy is potentially coming to work with you. Okay, but we got to check our own. All we do is check our own energy. So I feel like wherever we were dealing with potentially a lot of confusion or a lot of people not being honest here. Okay, there's a coming out of confusion because we can apologize, we can see truth, we can be honest about feelings or whatever was going on here because we can no longer go down this path. It got too heavy to carry the untruth, it got too heavy to stay in the confusion, whatever this 10 Wands is, we can't carry this burden no more. Okay, so if we were in a lot of anxiety, if we were just fearing the worst here, I feel like we can now take a deep breath here because we know that we're not sort of pegged to the situation here. And I feel like you might have felt left alone, you know, like a hole here. It's like this person might feel like they're off doing their own thing, feeling complete, and I feel like I'm left with a hole here. And it's like I'm depending on this situation, this person, or the circumstance to fill me, or to understand that I know intuitively this is my wish or my hope or my desire. I could see this future, but why do I feel empty or dependent on something here that is built on lies, confusion, or not making any sense? It's too heavy. I have a lot of anxiety. I can't sleep. A lot of obsessions here. Okay, so what this is doing here is allowing you to see through this so that you can come into balance and union here. Although, I feel like this is just the beginning of planting the seed of something that's still very turbulent because we might bounce from heart space back into ego. Heart space back into ego. This is the turbulency here. Okay, so we might find ourselves with our own cup and our partner just fucked off somewhere. Okay, because our partner also has to find balance. And so we don't stand there saying, oh, what about me? What about me? You know, it's like, okay, I found my own love. I found my own cup. This is to be celebrated and to be appreciative of my own cup and my own love. I don't need to stand here I can support myself, be my own sort of solid self here, and find balance within myself. Okay, like union in myself, balance in myself, harmony in myself. This is what I need to feed and give to. Okay, so if things are in balance, I lean into my heart space only. And this will have the answer what I should do. And the minute it starts to make me feel victim or bad or contracting energies, I know that I'm closing the heart space again. Okay, or not closing, but stepping out of the heart space, I should say. So we need to keep the heart space open. Okay, and this really means monitoring our actions. What are we doing or saying? Is it in line with the heart? So I feel like this connection is moving forward. I feel like this is all about expansion of your own growth. This journey is moving forward in the right direction. There might still be fears present. There might still be stuff in the subconscious that needs to be dealt with. And there might still be imbalances we need to deal with in healing. Okay, with the temperance here. But I feel like we can now sort of understand where there's a lot of fear driving the imbalance, where there's things in the subconscious that maybe we haven't healed just yet, that we can work on or patch up or see, but we have to keep understanding, are we blocking love or are we working with love? Okay, and this is where we got to kind of keep it real. So what's the new moon bringing? An opportunity, I think a reconciliation, an opportunity for you to reach into your heart space, allow something to move forward. Okay, now if you're going to say, I don't want this person or I don't want this situation, then this isn't your reading. Nope, not your reading. Okay, so let's take a look. Final message for pile 3. What is it then about this that pile 3 needs to know? Final message, any questions they might still have for pile 3 spirits. What is it that they need to know? Any questions they might still have that we can clarify? Thank you so much for this beautiful message. 5 Pentacles, Justice in reverse, and that's the High Priestess, which is Pisces, Libra energy. Here's the Squirrel of Swords. So this is special in this deck. And this is like, where we pay appreciation or show our love or gratitude. I think someone's coming forward to show their gratitude because things have been imbalanced and unjust. And I think intuitively you might have known this person would come back or would want to come out of the cold, to work together, to come out of victim mentality or where things weren't working because both you guys were out in the cold or couldn't work. It was very imbalanced, and you might have thought it was unjust here. And it's like, well, how come intuitively I know it's not happening? Okay, but I feel like someone's coming here to say, I appreciate you, I see you, and I see what's happened here. Yeah, 3 Pentacles, because we've been 3 Swords. So, because of me, because of the separation, because of the heartache, because of the break, I feel like we couldn't come together and work together. Okay, so now I want to manifest here with this Magician something here that we can work together and cooperate, because I feel bad, guilty, sad. I'm looking at what created 3 Swords here. But you, in the meantime, you're not saying, yeah, you created these 3 swords, and so therefore I'm going to hold you hostage or whatever. It's, I got to get in my heart space. I got to know when I'm in heart space and when I'm in ego. And when I'm resisting and pushing away. And because I feel like some of you guys might say, you created this 3 swords. Now stay back. Okay, well, now I'm creating a stop here. Okay, and of course you have free will. If you don't want this person in your world, don't take them back. But I feel like this is coming from a hurt place. Because I feel like there's still some intuitive knowing here that you want some sort of coming together or some sort of thing to be built. How could it be built if you want to just, hold someone to this sort of pain? That's not heart, that's ego. So Ace of Swords in reverse. We need to see the great truth. And the great truth here is always based in the heart space, not in the mind. Okay, although the Ace of Swords talks about mind. The mind is only accurate and truthful when it's dealing with reality and truth. And only the heart knows the truth. If it's dealing with perception, experience, pain, trauma, it's not a truth. Okay, it's not a truth. So we could see it in a certain way all we want, but if it's not coming from the heart space, then it's an untruth, and it's victim mentality or keeping up some sort of illusion we have here because of pains and because of whatever reason. Okay, so we have to know, are we seeing clearly? Is it coming from the heart? Am I acting in authenticity? Do I feel empowered because of the heart? Or do I feel empowered, charged because I'm feeling like I'm I'm creating some sort of discomfort for someone, or creating my own sense of justice here for them because they created an injustice for me. So it's like an eye for an eye. Okay, Jesus does not say an eye for an eye. Jesus says, love thy neighbor. Turn the other cheek. Okay, not an eye for an eye. Turn the other cheek. Love thy neighbor. Forgive them, for they don't know what they do. But we have to know unconditional love. I think I'm getting like complete indents here from me knocking on this card. So the devil in reverse. Release this devilly way. Okay, if you want some form of commitment, if you want to pay homage to something, or commit yourself, or dedicate yourself to your values, we have to drop whatever story, belief, structure we understood to be true in the matrix world. We have to release that. That's the devil. That keeps us stuck in circles. It doesn't allow us to heal. Okay, deal in the present moment. What is your heart telling you to do? Tap into your intuition. Okay, and I know the intuition might sound like something like, this feels right because I was hurt. Now we're trying to seek some sort of vengeance or justice in something, and you're not the justice creator. Only God creates justice. Your only thing here is to love. And if it's loving self, then love self. Okay, focus on loving self if that's what you want to do. But if you're creating any sort of discomfort for anyone else, then we got to understand our motivations. Where is it coming from? Can we even manifest anything if we're in that energy? Nope. Okay, so love, unconditional love. So this is what I have, pile number 3. I hope this helped you. I love you so much. And this isn't easy. Okay, so it's not easy to go through this, but you're well on your way from where you might have been in the past. Okay, so I'll see you at the next one. Bye-bye.